And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy New Year's. Happy first day of 2025. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. I think the day after last week's stream, I had the charger for the mic and the mic's laying out, and I'm usually really careful, believe it or not. And I happened to tip when I was working on wrapping up some things on the Doron, a full cup of water that just sort of engulfed the microphones. And I thought they were fine, but I recorded a video with them and there was like a really bad hiss to them. So I ended up ordering the DJI mini mics, and I just don't know how they sound. I haven't really tested them too much yet. So audio's good, audio's good. Okay, cool. I looked at levels. It seems like there's some peaking going on, so I can, if it starts clipping a lot, let me know, and I can drop it down a little bit. But yeah, we're going to roll with the new mic, see how they go, and then I can make adjustments based off of feedback. But yeah, I do see we're maybe clipping, not too bad, but I might drop 1 second here. Let me, hold on. Drop it down like 2 decibels. Advanced audio properties. Wireless go. Nice! Thank you. 31 months. Also, I saw that you said it is your birthday tomorrow, so let's do a happy... Can we get a happy early birthday to Nice in the chat, everyone? Alright, let me lower this. So we're going from 8 decibels gain to 6. And hopefully that's okay. Alright. Hopefully that's okay. How's everybody doing? How's everyone's... It's been 2 weeks since we've streamed, so... How was everyone's either Christmas or Hanukkah or any other holiday thing that everyone celebrates? And then New Year's as well. That was, I mean, it's been here 12 hours since the clock struck midnight. Hey, RH30, Happy New Year's, buddy. Cheers, man. Let's do again. Oops. Yeah, it was pretty low key. My parents came over, which was awesome because we haven't been able to celebrate New Year's with them in some years, but now that they're living out here half the year. And when I was younger, a lot younger as a kid, like once per year, hey RS, Happy New Year's, man. The squirrel, and a little air horn. Once per year, it was like tradition that on New Year's, my parents would get a couple of like lobster or lobster tail, and they would boil them, and then we would make just rice and asparagus with them. And that was like the one time a year that we would have lobster. And I haven't done that in many years, but I tried making lobster for Aaron and me last year, and it turned out really bad, like awful. Nice! Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, man. Let's see, I wonder what's for dinner. We're talking about food and air horn. And so that was Aaron's like first experience with lobster, was when I made them last year, and I just overcooked the crap out of them. It turned out awful. And so my parents brought over lobster this year and made them, like my mom has made them so many years in the past, steamed them, and they turned out awesome. So we had a really nice dinner, and then we basically just watched the countdown on TV for like 4 hours. There was quite a few going on here in the States, but the one we ended up watching was the Nashville countdown, which was a lot of like country music, and it was really good. So it's pretty low key, but I hope everybody else had a good holiday season, New Year's. It was a pretty relaxed celebration. I haven't bought any new printers this year though. Your yeah, self-control is just out of this world, Maker Viking. Just because Happy New Year. Thank you, Nice. I appreciate it. So moving forward with a little bit of printer stuff here. I did do quite a bit on this printer over the last 2 weeks while we were on our little break from streaming. Let's see. So I've got the tripod on the left on stilts, so that way we can see up top in a second here. But let me drop it down so we can kind of take a look at what I did down here. Also, I screwed up something. I don't think I'm going to change it because it's kind of funny, but I screwed up the colors when I printed it out. So this is supposed to mirror this. So like this should have been orange, that should have been orange, and these two should have been green. But somehow in the like chaos of me printing all the parts for this, I didn't do my colors correctly. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't hate it. It kind of seems like it looks okay with this side being on the outer and this side being on the inner. But yeah, it looks fine. But I realized it as I was putting the corner pieces on. I was like, ah, crap. I I thought I did a good job of making sure things were colored correctly. I don't think with this repository anything was actually labeled as accent, if I'm not mistaken. So it was kind of just going based off of the CAD files and then just sort of thinking what would look best. So I kind of like, okay, cool. All right, so we're not upset because I was like, yeah, I'm not too bummed out. It's okay. I've made bigger mistakes. I built a Lego set with my son going into the new year whilst helping a friend in the States fix his network. Nice. What Lego set was it? Jackson got for Christmas a Lego set, but it's like it's by the Lego company, but it's a slightly larger version of the blocks. And I was having fun playing around with that with him, but he so far just seems to like every time I attach blocks, like taking them apart as quickly as possible. So we're still figuring it out. Duplo, that's it. Yeah, that's it. It was called Duplo. That is right. Okay, so things I've done since last time. Corner panels are obviously on. Bottom skirts are completely installed, so I'll spin you guys around. It was kind of interesting because on these little accent pieces, there was a couple of them where when I popped them in place, they had really nice like snap into place, and I thought, okay, that's nice and secure. And a few of them just sort of fell in really easily, so I did a combination of the ones that pressed in hard, I just left them as is, but the other ones I did apply just a tiny dab of glue on the backside to keep them from falling out. So we've got that. What else did I do? Oh, that's what I did. I added a grounding wire, so our bed is grounded, so we've got a grounding wire. I don't think I had installed the fuse last week, so we've got the fuse that they included, basically from SSR to bed. That's where the fuse is. And then I was going to try to install some quick disconnects because it's kind of not ideal when you lean this thing over and the bed is getting tugged on these wires. And they already have them on the AC wires. But I actually don't have any really good connections. So that's actually, I'm going to ask the question because someone here is going to know. What is a recommendation for if you're looking for just plugs that you can quickly connect and disconnect? Like what style of plug? What's the name of it? Like for crimping, we're using a lot of JSTs and DuPonts, but is it like, I think microfit is what is used on the board for the V0, like the Toolhead board, at least the older breakout board. Aren't XT60s pretty large though, or do they come in different sizes? Because I can see the XT60s based off what I know for like the AC, but for the thermistor wires, it seems like that would be kind of overkill. Luke, happy New Year's, man. This is the Galaxy ABS from Polymaker. Bullet connector, XT30. Oh, for the thermistor. I mean, it's good to know for the AC wires as well, just because there might be times where I'll need that. But in this instance, they already have a kind of a connector for that. So I'm gonna make some notes here, just so I can look at a few different things people said. So we've got XT60 was the first recommendation for larger ones. We've got something called bullet connectors, inline Wegos. You mean just having the Wegos where they're not actually bolted down to anything and just kind of loosely floating, like a two connector one? Or no, you mean mount them somewhere? The issue I ran into was with space, and I'll show you guys in a second what it looks like underneath here. You said XT30s as well, so I'm assuming that's just a smaller diameter or smaller version. XT60 is big for higher current, could just use JST. Does JST have... Maybe that's the issue then. Maybe I just don't have the right connections. Like for JSTs, I've got basically the plugs that we're used to using that go into the boards, and then I've got ones that have headers to actually be soldered to a board, but I don't have anything that would actually connect the two to each other. My live was changed when I found female JST-XH connectors, especially use its fan for extension. Okay, female... let's see, female JST. Yeah, I was just thinking about it, like when I was messing around with this the other day, and I was like, I looked through my plugs. I was like, I don't really have anything, and I didn't have time to do additional research. So since I was posted them in live stream Discord, awesome. GSTSM have lot connectors. Okay, this is giving me a lot to check out and see what I think makes the most sense for this. Cool, thank you everybody, I appreciate it. So yeah, on the bed we've got it's grounded, and then I've got the fuse installed. So underneath here, it is quite tight, much more so than I would really like. But let me show you guys kind of what I've got. I was actually pretty happy with how I got it sort of cleaned up here. So let's see, is there anything that's really worth pointing out? Let's see, can you see this? Let's see if I zoom in. Yeah, so I installed a five channel, I don't know what they're called. For the Wagos, it's a 5 connector, 5 connection one, strictly for grounding, because I couldn't think of any other really good way to run it the way I wanted to. So for neutral and live, I do have them stacked too high, which is basically how the instructions have you install it. And I was okay with stacking 2 in this instance, but I didn't want to go on the ground how many stacks would be required. So basically I found a little mount. It was pretty difficult to get it in here. It just uses an M3 bolt and an M3 T-nut or roll-in to secure it in place. But the issue I ran into was because of how, like, everything's blocked off, right? So if you try to come in from here to tighten it, you have the SSR you run into. If you kind of come in from here, you've got wires. So I had to, like, really sort of puzzle myself into here to be able to secure it in place and put it there. It's not actually where I wanted it initially. I wanted a different location. It just didn't work out. So anyways, I've got the ground wire going into there, and I've got the SSR grounded, because in this case, since the SSR is floating on a printed part, I couldn't ground it via DIN rail, so I just ran a wire to the SSR. I grounded, obviously the power supply is grounded. I grounded the bed, and I think that's it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Yeah. So originally I was, hey Benny, how's it going? Hey Steve. So yeah, originally I would have liked to have grounded the frame, but it's not really possible because each beam of the frame is isolated from one another by a printed part. So there's really nothing that's conductive between the frame pieces. So I just decided I'm not going to worry about that. So but yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not a whole lot of special stuff going on here. I did have to extend a couple of wires, like this is from the Toolhead, right? Yeah. I had to extend the 24 volts running up to the top. I had to extend, so far I've done the 24 volts, and I think I've done the SSR signal wires have been extended, and that's really it. You don't need to ground the frame in this case. Yeah, I figured, I mean, it's not even, like, if it was all tied together, then it would be easy to do it, but I feel like everything is relatively isolated because of all the printed parts, so that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Plus, it would be just ridiculous trying to chain all the beams together to make it make sense. Oh, hey Adam, my first live. I made it to. Sweet. Hope y'all are having fun and a great New Year's start. Yeah, things are off to a pretty good start. We got snow today. We haven't really had much snow this season, and I don't know if it's snowing right this second, but it was just 20 minutes ago. I think I want this going. Where's the front of the printer? Yeah, right there. Get you like this, get you like this. Okay. So really what's left is the electrical up top. That's a big part of it. So getting the controller mounted, getting the Pi mounted, and then routing the toolhead wires. So I do have you guys up on stilts right now. Hopefully this is going to work as far as kind of being able to see what the heck I'm going to be doing up here. I think it'll work. It feels like you guys are lower than before. Maybe I stacked you guys too. You know what? I think I stacked you guys too high before. Right now you're just on one box. Yeah, I think I'll take you guys up higher. Let me switch the camera really quick to the front, just because we're gonna be working a lot up there, and I'd like for you guys to have visibility and not just see a side of my hand, even though that's probably what you're gonna see a lot of. Okay, Polymaker spools to the rescue. There's one. There's two. One of these years I'll invest in a bigger tripod for the secondary camera. But it works for most things. It's just like kind of the odd one-off build like this where it's just a really tall one. Let's see, I think that'll be. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. At least now you're a little bit above. Hey, F. I just turned 39 beginning of December. Nice. Happy New Year's, Armor. I'll be 40 this year. I'll be 33 this year in September. Okay, so we need to get things installed. And I'm going to assume, let's see. We're going to use, I've got a Pi 3 B+, or I've got a Pi 4 Model B. I have a feeling we'll probably end up using the Pi 4. What I'm not entirely sure of is... Okay, so it looks like Pi is... No, Pi's not on the bottom. Okay, it looks like it mounts like that. So what I'll probably do is get this board mounted in place, connect everything to this board, and then the final thing will be to stack the Pi on top. Are we gonna move this stream? That's the goal. I don't want to jinx anything, because if I say yes, absolutely, then I know that everything in the universe will work against me, but that is the goal. Let's just keep it at that. The game plan is that we are moving this stream. Okay, so I'm glad I checked this morning because I realized when we had initially were installing this, I didn't have a second bracket, so I printed this out this morning before the stream. So let me get some M3 screws, get that bolted in. I'll be 45 in about 2 weeks, getting old. That's what I said when I first hit 30. I'm like, oh my gosh. But now that I'm here, I'm like, nah, man. It's just a number. It's all just numbers. There we go, M3/8. Probably have to mute the mic a few times. I don't know if I'm fighting something or if it's allergies or what, but my nose is acting up again. Nope. Let's see. There we go. Is that warped? Or is that standoff not the same height? That's weird. Can you guys hear music? Because I can't hear any music. I have a print running, so I'm just not sure if it's I'm not sure if it's just drowning out the music, but I can't hear anything. It's just printer sounds in here. It's right on brand, I suppose. All right. There is that. Music is quiet. Okay, I thought so. I don't understand why it's so quiet. Let me open Spotify. Okay, I'm gonna crank it a little bit. Okay, is that too loud now? I know that, like, I'd rather have music on the quieter side for everyone because there's some people that like it and some people that don't, so I don't want to blast it. That was quite a bit louder. Yeah, is that fine? Everyone thinks that's fine. It's not too aggressive. there's some people that watch after the streams that I've seen, they're like, ah, it's too much. So let me know. I can adjust it. Good enough in my opinion. Okay, I'll leave it unless we start getting a bunch of complaints. I'm gonna really quickly mute the mic and just go blow my freaking nose. I'll be right back. All right, I'm also out of tissue paper, so we resorted to some good old-fashioned TP. It gets the job done, I suppose. Oh, you can't hear me, huh? You probably heard. You probably heard. How much was the new mic? I want to say it was 150. I looked at it. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So I think it was 180 is what I paid for it. I kind of just bought it. Like I had already looked at it a bit before. I was talking to Steve about it actually because it is less expensive than the mics we've been using, but it seems like a better fit for what we do. It's smaller and lighter weight, which is nice, and the battery life is like twice as long. The biggest thing you're losing is I think, two things. You're losing local recording, which I've never used in the 2 years I've had the other set, and then you are losing the screen for adjusting things, which I never adjust my mics anyway. So these, instead of using, well, you can actually see it on here, but instead of using a screen and letting you adjust gain, there's basically a knob on the receiver, and that's your only adjustment point, which for me is fine. So yeah, I liked the regular DJI mics a lot, but I spilled water the other day all over them, and I assumed they were fine. But when I got to edit the video, I had quite a bit of hissing in the background that definitely was never there while I've used it. So I'm assuming it's probably related to that water. And I was able to edit it out, but it was a good enough excuse to just order those mics I'd kind of been looking at. But yeah, I believe it was 180. And I think you can get it for cheaper if you just get like a standalone. Like they sell the receiver. So like here's the old, oh, you can't even see. I don't know why I'm holding it up like you can see. So here's the older ones, here's the newer ones. Well, the case is similar size, but the mics, I mean, are so small comparative to what I was using. So this is what I've been using, right? And this is what I'm using now. I mean, they're so tiny. I guess this one doesn't even have a screen on it at all anyway, so. But yeah, the only downside is, like, I thought that having it smaller would mean that it would put less pull on my collar, which has been the case, but it seems to have an easier time flipping, like flipping over and making the collar look weird too. So anyways, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about them yet, but I did use them for the video I'm editing right now for this Saturday. And I think that the quality seems pretty decent, so. Use the magnet. Yeah, I might have to resort to the magnet. Because I've always used the clip, I wasn't sure how much of an effect it would have on being like an extra inch away from my mouth. Like, it probably has no effect on it. It's probably better because when I go like, like that, it won't compress it as much. So I will end up doing that. But yeah, for the price, like, I think for most of us, it's probably the best bang for your buck regarding price to lav mics that are out there. 180 is really competitive. So, sorry for the sniffles, y'all. Okay, let's get stuff going here. So, I'm probably gonna have to tilt the printer over for a lot of this. Also, yeah, so let's start by just bolting this down. Let's start by bolting this down. We're just going to use M3 8s for this. I don't think we have M3 6s. Hey, Happy New Year, Nick. Yeah, I bought their Pocket Osmo for my trip to China, and I love that thing as well. I'm hoping, so one of my big focuses this year is to try to take a little better care of myself. The last like 48 hours, I've had pretty bad stomach pain. Even this morning when I woke up, that's too big. We're gonna use M36s. But most people here know, like, I've got pretty bad anxiety and I've had panic attacks and stuff. And so I need to focus more on sleep and exercise, and probably not pushing myself as hard as I have. And so as much as I'd like to do more things, I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna, if anything, like, take it a little bit easier this year. Like, still maintain, like, still do everything like I've been doing, but just say no more, and yeah, just not scale. Gotta listen to myself or my body a little bit more, I think. This is the board. Are we not gonna focus? I thought we had autofocus going on. I guess we did not have autofocus going on. Here's the board. It's a teeny tiny board, and it is the R4V1. I don't know. I've never seen this board prior to this. Hey, Iconic! Happy New Year, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, so video creation and working on the projects has always been a really good outlet for me. Like, putting my energy into something that's productive versus just, you know, overthinking things and kind of being a bit more destructive. That's like kind of my default as far as the way my brain thinks. So definitely I'm gonna keep up everything, but I just have to, it's about a balance, just finding a bit better of a balance for myself. I said we got a bunch of workout equipment, and I said I was gonna start using it regularly, and I've been making excuses. It's like, I gotta stick with it all. Happy New Year. What project are we doing? What are we gonna do together? Dude. All right. I'm putting this out there right now, Zombie. I want to build a tap changer or stealth changer, and you've got experience with it. LDO just teased that they're working on some kind of thing for that. I've got a 2.4 here. Whenever they release it, if we can plan something out and you'd be willing to do it, I would totally be up for a collab in that way. I don't know, like, it'll be a little bit trickier. Like, I have my Wednesday, you know, this time slot where I'm not working. The night shift, like the night stream that you do, it'll be a little bit trickier for me, but if there's somehow, some way we can work it in the middle, I don't know, we could figure something out, but I would be up for that. That feels like one that just makes a lot of sense to me if we can figure out how to do it. So I'm working on a full build conversion guide soon. Yeah, so let me know. That's a big, if it wasn't a kit, I'd go for the SCAR Pico. Documentation is way better. Okay, good to know. We'll see how flashing this goes and all that. So hey, Jermaine. So I think the next big thing we need to do here, everyone, is we need to get all the wires from the Toolhead up here. And I think I realized when Killa Prince came in here, like stream 1, that he meant I needed to run the wires for this before installing this top plate, which I didn't do. So it's gonna be a little bit funky feeding all the wires from a center hole here and getting them all to come out through the same spot. So let's start by seeing, like, what is it that we actually need to extend. But yeah, let me know, Zombie. I'm in no rush. Me and Steve have been talking about doing a collab, so that's probably coming up, and then I've got a few other things, but you know, even if it ends up being like midway through the year or whatever, just let me know. Okay, so this feels like most of these wires are probably okay. Like this, whatever this is that's split, might be questionable. And then obviously there's two shorter ones here that I think are from the Hotend. These ones need to be extended. I think it came with some extension plugs. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, because we're going from here, so we should be good on all these wires, I think. There's a big think. Can we handle that much goodness? How did your... I don't know if I actually asked it out loud, but I thought it in my head. How did your New Year's stream go, Zombie? You were doing... I saw that you posted, like, you were doing a Pax Peppers thing. I think you were also building a Lego kit. You were doing a bunch of stuff. Let's see what we got wire-wise. We got 3 wires here, which I'm thinking is for maybe clicky. I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, so we're definitely gonna have to... We're gonna have to extend wires. It doesn't look like they actually gave us any extension pieces. Here's a ground wire. I used my own. Huh. Yeah, so these are all motor wires. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what this is. But we are gonna have to extend both our thermistor wires and our heater wires quite a bit. So I'm gonna end up cutting these, twisting them, and soldering them, I think. I had a fun stream, but it was a bit long. How long did you stream for? Let me get caught up on Chow Cook. Together streaming would be like bringing 2 heart lockets together. Oh, I forgot what board I used. Whatever was the only supported one at launch. Hey, what's up, man? Just wish you a Happy New Year and all the best to your family. Hey, thank you so much, PB. I appreciate it, man. Same to you. Happy New Year's to you and your family. I just ended a few hours ago? No way. No way. Oh, that is nuts. No. Whew. Okay, so let me find some wires. We're going to have to extend. Thermistor wires need to be longer, and our heater wires need to be longer. I thought that there was extension cables included with this, but I don't see them. And we're down to kind of not a lot of parts left, so let's see. Scissors are over there. Wow. Yeah, man, my stomach has just been hurting the last couple days. Got like a burning feeling. Okay, so thermistor wires, we're gonna go with this really small gauge stuff that should be sufficient, I think. That's plenty. And then for our heater wires, we're gonna need something a little bit thicker. What is this? This probably will work. This looks like plenty wide. Yeah, this will do. How are you awake right now, dude? If you just stopped streaming a couple hours ago, I would be a literal zombie. Okay, so I'm gonna use this real thin gauge stuff for the thermistor, and I've got this slightly thicker gauge stuff for our heater. This is plenty of length, so basically just take this wire for now and cut it in half, and then we can, once we get to crimping the JSTs, we will shorten it. We'll shorten it up a bit. I woke up before midnight my time. I ended it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was kind of silly. We were watching a countdown and it said it was live. Like this show, right? It was the Nashville like country countdown show thing. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, dude, it's been New Year's in New York where they're saying this is live for well over an hour. So we were lied to. But it was still an entertaining show. Let's see. So this is going to be plenty. That's crazy. I had no idea that you streamed for that long. Okay, is this enough for both of them? I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna say that's yeah, that's way more than enough. Let's cut you here. Okay. Oh, yeah, the hot sauce. So you went to bed late with an upset stomach, maybe. All right, so we've got our wires. So I'm gonna start by, I'm not even gonna depin these. I'm just gonna cut them, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut them. So we'll start with cutting the thermistor wires. We'll just cut them right about here, right above where the pins are. Peel this off like that. And then I will strip the wire. We'll definitely put some heat shrink on these after. It's gonna be fun trying to solder these. I wish I had more length so I can kind of use my helping hands, but make it work. Okay. Zombie has an iron stomach. Man, I would love to. I'll swap you stomachs, man. I've always had a really bad stomach. Like, it's always in bed, and then from all my like stress and anxiety stuff, it just, I go through sections of life where I'm fine, and then other sections where it's like I am in pain. So I try to avoid, right now I'm on that kick where I'm trying to avoid spice, bubbles, anything too aggressive. And then the biggest issue for me is when I'm working on projects, I forget to eat, and not having food in my stomach for long periods of time is really bad because then the acids start to attack my stomach. So I had some oatmeal this morning really early, and then I had waffles right before the stream just to make sure I've got something in my stomach, because a lot of times on stream day I'll eat something small at 8 in the morning, and then I won't eat something till if Aaron brings me something at 2 or 3 in the afternoon or after the stream, and it's too long of a time, and for me at least, to not have something in my stomach. Okay, so we'll start by soldering that wire. I slept 4-ish hours and now trying to keep my eyes open, watching your stream in the forum community vendor. Oh, cool. Vendor giveaway. Nice. Is that a Discord stream? That's right. I know in the past Boron's done like Christmas time stream giveaway thing. I didn't see anything announced though this year, but I haven't really been in Discord quite as much. Okay, so let's solder this guy. That was a fat blob that didn't need to be there. There we go. That's plenty. Nothing like some New Year's solder smoke. Okay. All right, one done. Let's do the next one. Oh, it's private. Surprised Steve didn't mention something to me. That's probably why Steve's not here. Okay. X1C overheated my Taco Bell. You had Taco Bell last night too? Dude, my stomach is crying for your stomach. Okay. Jose! Thank you for the 15 months. Hi, Daniel. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Hope you had a really good holiday with the fam. Okay, so those wires are good. So our thermistor's good. The only thing I need to do is add heat shrink. So now let's do the... I'm actually going to unplug the iron for a second here. It heats up so quickly that there's no excuse to leave it plugged in and have it fall and burn my carpet or burn myself. So I'm just going to cut where the plug is. Normally I would depin, but man, it's such a short distance. It's a pain in the butt to try to depin these guys. Okay, so let's strip the wire on this. So this is definitely something to consider for anyone that's oh, shoot, did I just break? Wait, what just happened? Oh, interesting. Well, that wasn't ideal. Okay, let me turn this. So these are solid core wires, and with that little bit of pull, it actually pulled off some of the wire at the bottom. So that's going to be fun to try to figure out how to get it to slide back in. Let me see if I get my needle nose pliers and hold it at the bottom. I didn't put very much force. You know what? Let's try tweezers, because it's a pretty small pathway down there. Let's see, will these work? And I really don't want to take this Hotend off. Might not have a choice. See, let me raise this up, see if I can go from the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, I might not have much choice on this, guys. Close. Let's see, maybe if I get one pair of tweezers from the bottom and one pair of tweezers from the top, I can kind of pinch it back down. Let's see. I don't know if that's gonna work. Should have extended. I thought there was just gonna be a plug that I could extend these with, which didn't end up being the case. So ideally, knowing that now, I should have extended these before I mounted this dang thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this thing off. That sucks. Heat shrink if nothing else. Yeah. I'm trying to think, how hard is it for me to get this off? If I undo this guy. Dang, because I have to drop the fans to remove it, right? This is a first for me. I've not actually done this before. Because the issue is, if I do heat shrink, I don't think I'll actually be able to heat it very well. We're just sliding off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. There's just no way around it. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well. My recommendation then is for anyone that gets one of these kits to extend your wires before you mount them, because there's just not much I can do right now. So we'll just have to undo some of this. I might be able. No, I can't drop the Hotend from the top either because it's so systematic. Hey, Bearded! Okay, so this is off. Yeah, the only way is really to drop things. So let's move this. How did I attach this? Okay, so let's, here. Of course, it's the last set of wires from the Toolhead too that we need to do. It's very, very on brand. New year, same things. Okay, so for anyone that's just showing up, basically the hot end wires had to be extended. And when I went to strip some of the covering on, because it's solid core and it isn't really, it's just kind of loosely floating the cover, it pulled, so we have too much wire exposed now on the bottom end. So there's 2 holes there. Are these also holes? Is this where the other ones are? Yeah. Maurice, thank you for the 17 months, man. Cheers. Let's do air horn. Okay, so there's one. I think this is the last one. Okay, so now we can remove our top piece. What is stuck? Okay, we're stuck because of... What are we stuck on? LEDs have us stuck. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think I can fix it from this angle.
Only 40, thumbs up, smash the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, please, sad face. Smiley face, fist, smiley face, thumbs up.
Dude, I am worried this is gonna break. I don't love this setup at all, the way it's attached. One sec, I'm just focused here. Okay, we're almost popping out. Okay. Okay. Whew! We got one side popping out. Oh, nice. Thank you so much for the donation. Only 40 likes. Smash the like button, please. Yes, if you have not hit the like button, hit the like button for struggle. For struggle support. Okay, so I've got enough exposed on this one, I think, where I can make it work. But I've got to do the other one now still. So what I'm likely going to do is I'm going to use my needle nose pliers to pinch as I strip the end off. So that way, hopefully that prevents it from sliding. So I'm gripping this here. And I'm grabbing here. Okay, that worked. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and solder these wires on really quickly here. And then we should be fine. Holy crap, PF with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you guys. Squirrel, cheers, and air horns all around. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, man. I hope you had a wonderful New Year. Thank you for the 30 months and all the support, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. One wire stripped. Another wire stripped. I know you guys can't really see what's going on right now, but I've got it at a pretty good angle for me to be able to do this, so I'm just going to leave it I'm just extending the heater wires. And it kind of sucks. It's going to be interesting just because it's solid core, which makes it not ideal to work with. Just doesn't, it obviously doesn't twist very well like this. Yeah, I don't know. I could form a loop and then solder the loop. That might be what I have to do, is just form a loop and solder the loop. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I can't twist this. Yeah, I'm gonna form a hook. It's not ideally what I'd like to do, but I don't really, like, these are not very strong wires, and I don't want to damage anything, so that's what we're doing. We're hooking them over each other like that. Now I'm gonna solder them in place, so that's what we'll do. It'll function fine. It'll function fine. Iconic, thank you so much for the donation. And the bird singing? The singing birdie? Okay, so let's solder this first one. Okay, that's plenty good. It's not pretty, but it's gonna function just fine. Now let me get the second wire. Let's see, second wire is where? Here it is. We're just gonna do the same thing. Basically just forming a little hook, so that way I can pass the other wire under the hook and twist it in place. I think it's a pair. Oh, it's a pair giving a fist bump? Oh, it is! It looks like a birdie from my distance with like its feathers moving back and forth. I think I like the pair giving a fist bump better. Okay. Let's get the second one soldered in. Then we'll heat shrink it. And then we will be able to reattach the tool head, and we should be able to move up to installing it up top. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Definitely not my ideal way of soldering this stuff together, but I'll show, let me see. Let me spin this around so you guys can actually see it. I'm telling you right now, it's not pretty, but functionally it should be fine. Let's see. Oh, hopefully that didn't mean something broke, but okay. So yeah, I basically stripped back a little bit. I originally was trying to twist them together, but because I didn't have enough distance, I just took the solid core, formed a hook with it, a small hook, that I then fed my wire through, twisted it back, and then twisted that around it and just put a little bit of solder there. So it's not pretty. It's not normally how I would do it, but for the sake of this and not damaging that thin Hotend wire or putting more stress on it than I already did, it seemed like the best solution to me. So let me get some heat shrink. I might have to go grab a different battery from the garage because I think this Ryobi wireless heat gun works decently well, but it takes a lot of power and it has to heat up for a sec. So I don't know if I'll have enough. I don't know if I'll have enough power left on it. Let's see. I've never seen a pair in this color. Okay, let's cut this in half. Probably an excessive amount of heat shrink. There we go. Yep, that should work all right. Okay. Those heater wires should be okay. Oh yeah, it's almost dead. We'll see. Well, it seemed like that worked okay. So we just got to do now the two tiny ones on the thermistor wires. Put these guys right here. Hey, Aaron's in chat. Happy New Year, son. It's also not our wedding anniversary, but our anniversary of when we started dating 9 years ago today, which is nuts. 9 years. So we are celebrating tomorrow. My parents are gonna come over and watch Jackson so we can go out to dinner. Solid core wire going to the hot end, won't it fatigue sooner? Yeah, so the good thing is I didn't use solid core wire. It's what they used, and they only used a short distance of it, so I don't think it'll actually have much strain once it's locked in place. But I definitely wouldn't want to use solid core wire for the distance, because the section that's going to be moving, I would think that would fatigue sooner. But in this, I'm confused. I thought that they had included an extension. I don't think I lost it. I kept all electrical wires in one spot, so I don't know. If somebody gets this kit, definitely check your wires and see what it has and what it doesn't have. Okay, that should be good. So our wires are good. So now the next thing is we need to attach this on again. And how does this go? I want to say it goes like this. Okay, so I don't love how close these wires are to the hot end either. So can I shove these in here? So these need to go up there. Well, when I pulled this now, I'm worried that these wires are gonna melt. Okay, I'm gonna install this, and then I am going to attempt to push the wires up from the bottom a little bit to see if I can get them further away from the hot end. But for right now, where's our driver? Where is our driver? Also, I want to make sure I'm installing this in the right direction. So yeah, no, I am. Okay. Somebody so your dataversary. Yes. Our dataversary, exactly. That is what day is. It is our dataversary. That's a good way to distinguish it. I've never heard dataversary, but that's exactly what this is. These are dataversary. Our 9-year dataversary. Our wedding anniversary is coming up in April. And that'll be... Well, it was before we moved. Is it 3 years already? We've been here for 3 years and... No. Yeah. It'll be our 3-year anniversary. That's wild. The last couple of years have gone by so quickly. So quickly. Oh, come on. Did I already put a screen here? No. Okay, I'm gonna come around the other side. I can't really see what I'm doing. Well, that doesn't really help, does it? Let's see. Okay, so we do have screws in both of these. So that's tight. And that's tight. Okay, so the LED wires are a little bit close, in my opinion, to the hot end. But I didn't see any good way to pull them from up top. So I'm going to see, there we go. Okay, I think I got them out of the way. All right, so now I should be able to flip this over, put the top LED thing back on, and then we should be good to start installing these up top. Let's tilt this up. Let's get our plate back in place. Bunch of wires down here. That. Okay. Okay. Almost 20 years. Wow. On January 25th. That is awesome, man. 2 decades. Congratulations. That's incredible. Okay. Okay, so now there's just 2 more screws and we're back to where we were before I realized what had happened. I don't think these screws are in here. Are they? Oh, they are. Nice, okay. "37 years here. Still not sure how she's put up with me for that long." That is incredible. 37 years. All right. So, the next thing I think we need to do is run this through some sleeving. We actually probably should zip tie some stuff back here. Probably zip tie some of this stuff. So let me grab some ties and separate this out as much as I can. So this looks like this is all coming from this side. Why is this stuck? Oh, it's because this one comes in from both sides. That's right. Okay, so pretty much all the wires are coming from the left. Or you know what? No, I can choose where I want the hot end wires to go. So let's move the hot end and thermistor wires over to this side. I'm trying not to pull on them because they are sort of delicate. There we go. Okay. So these are going to get ran up here through this guy. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I did my best to get some stuff done off stream, so see how it goes. There we go. So I'm going to run this through here. I'm going to run these guys through here. Let's tighten this down. Let's try to give these a little bit of slack, so we're not tugging at the connection. Oh, you know what? I just realized we need to connect also the clicky, but that's fine. I can run clicky on the left side with everything else, so that should be good for this side. Like that. Let's cut, let's see. Yeah, let's cut this wire, or cut the zip tie. Like that. And then, let's see, so we've got a 3-wire. I'm gonna assume it's this one. Okay, and I think that's probably enough distance, so we should be okay. I don't think we need to extend this one. Let's pop this in here, like this. Maybe. There we go. Okay, these wires are all going on this side. Okay, this is not feeding. Why are we not going through? Maybe we have to go the other way. There we go. Okay. Okay, so all these wires are going to go. Let's tuck this one underneath here, like that. The rest of them are going to go around like this. I want to give everything a little bit of slack. That's probably good. I'm not over tightening it either. It's more just to sort of give them some kind of shape. Okay. And then I see that there's zip tie slots right here. On the tool head, like on the LED head, there's 2 on this side. Let me see if I can move it so you can see it. There's 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So I'm thinking that maybe so it came with the cover, like a sleeve. Let me see if I can find the sleeve. Yeah. So it came with the sleeve, and my thought was that we would probably just combine them all here and then have them sleeved. But if we split them like this, it's not going to look that nice. The sleeve's not going to attach until above, and it's going to look a little not great. So, how do I want to route this? Do you have an opinion on fluid versus main sail? Hey, Tyler! Happy New Year's, buddy! Hadouken! I like main sail more than fluid, but that's mostly just because I've used main sail a lot longer than I've used fluid. But I do have a few of the retail printers that ship with fluid I've just kept them as Fluid, and I have no issues with Fluid. I think it's a great interface as well. There's actually a few things I've liked better. Some of the like baby stepping windows are really nice that Fluid has over Mainsail, but I'm just more familiar with Mainsail than Fluid, and I think that's why I prefer it. But I don't know that, you know, one's really better. I don't know that one's really better than the other. You say that, but I can't find the height map in Fluid. Yeah, some of the things, like when I'm making videos, I'm like, where is that in Fluid? Like, how do I find that? Okay, I need thoughts here. So we've got a strand of wires here and a strand of wires here. All these wires are going to the very top. We've got a zip tie slot here and a zip tie slot here. So our options are one, I combine them just like right here. Now that's gonna look funky also because they're split. Okay, so maybe we do route the wires to these zip ties and then we combine them here. It's just not gonna look as pretty because the black sleeving is, unless we route these wires to the top as two wires, that'll look even funkier, right? Having two sleeves go into the tool head. Let's see, what have they given us? They've given us, yeah, we can't have two sleeves to the tool head. They don't even give us enough wire. So, okay, so I think, yeah, we'll try zip tying these. I've been happy with Fluid, but I'm converting the Cossel over to Clipper. I was wondering if it's worth trying the other. If you're happy with Fluid, I don't know that I would, I don't know there's anything that'd be like, yeah, this thing Mainsail has that you should absolutely swap over for. I think if anything, it might be a little bit frustrating having to relearn where things are. I would say feature-wise, they're kind of on parity with each other. Someone correct me if you think that's not the case, but yeah, I would say feature-wise, they're pretty much on parity with each other, and it's more down to personal preference. I'm very used to Mainsail, prefer. Yeah, that's exactly me as well. I'm used to the interface, and that's why I prefer it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a better interface. It's just I'm familiar with it. Cossel, eh? How was your New Year's, man? How's your holidays? Funny enough, I actually just jumped into the Discord for the first time in like 6 months and saw like some of the chatter that you guys had. I should have said hello, and I was just like, all right, everyone seems like they're doing all right. Yeah, we're just gonna do it like this. I don't know if this is the best way, but it is the way I've committed to for now. So yeah, I guess from here, we'll have them come together. I wish there was one more zip tie slot up the top here, but that's okay. That's all right. Now what's going to be fun is trying to figure out at the top what's what. This is LEDs. This might not be long enough, actually. Oh, that's... I broke that one trying to pull it a little bit. Yeah, the LED. So the LED. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do some stuff with the LEDs as well to get it to work. Because when I tighten it up at the top here, which I'll have to redo, we don't have enough length anymore. But I guess worst comes to worst, we could do everything else right now, and I can screw around with the LEDs later on. Let me pull the zip tie that I just broke. The wiring, the pre-done wires for this could be better. That's for sure. Zip tie to the PTFE. That's a good point. I could do that. Cut two short sleeves before they're joined. Yeah, but the issue with that, because I've done that before, is then trying to get those two short sleeves to fit into the other sleeve. Yeah, we'll just leave this like this for now. Okay. Okay, we've got rat's nest kind of contained at the tool head at least. So I think the next thing I'll do is install the, let's install our extruder. That way I can run the PTFE down and see how that's gonna look. So I know we need this, and I think we need heat inserts as well. Let's check the CAD really quick here. Do I have water too? I thought I brought water. Yeah, I do. All right. Also happy New Year, man. I hope you're doing well. It would be nice to catch up even just for a little bit at some point. It's been, I mean, gosh, it's probably been a year since we've talked, at least. I don't know. I don't know. All right. So let's see. We got, is this at 69 likes? Nice. Of course we have 69 likes. All right, let me open up Shaper 3D here. There we go. All right, so extruder is just floating on this one. But I believe we need heat inserts and then basically attach from down up. Let me see if I go to corners. Corners still doesn't show. Filament holder goes there. Okay, so it looks like it's the back bracket that we're installing this. So I think that this is how it's gonna go. I think we're gonna be attaching, oops. There we go. So I think we're gonna be attaching it like this. I think we're attaching it like this. So we'll need heat inserts here and here, and that will allow us to take our extruder, which is where? Which is here. And then we can bolt it onto here. And it looks like this is for a push fitting. I'm not sure if that's totally needed, but that's probably fine to keep this in place. So yeah, let's do that. Let's see. I don't know if I've got, I don't know if there's heat inserts actually left on this kit. I think we've used them all. Now the question is, because I know I have a lot of heat inserts, but the question is where? None in here. Oh, that's gonna drive me bonkers if we don't have, okay, I found one heat insert on the ground. Good start. I found two, oh no, that's a different size one. I know we spilt a bunch of heat inserts a while back, so can this work in my favor? And then there's just another heat insert laying around somewhere here. We've got to have heat inserts. Give me a sec. There's so many parts for builds that we've done. Here we go. Here's a heat insert. They're not the same sizes though, so let's keep looking. Here's another heat, here's a broken heat insert. I have to have a thing of heat inserts somewhere, there's no way. Here's another heat insert. Okay, so let me see how these fit. Here's my face. You said, yeah, you said you got shipping for it. When is it supposed to show up? Okay, that is too small. So that is not going to work. So we definitely need the larger Voron style heat inserts. No, I can't get this out. M3 screw. Oh, always something. Always something, I tell you. And I'm almost positive that I used all the heat inserts for this build already. Do a quick little search here. That's a smaller heat insert. Yeah, let me do a quick look in the closet and see what I've got in there. It's always Always one thing. I feel like I've got all the parts I need. Let's see. Button head, socket head, button head, shims, M32, what is this? These are set screws. Big bag of parts. Nothing in there. Here if we've got some left over. What is this? This is all VZBot stuff. I might have to order more heat inserts. Is there any kit that would have come with heat inserts? Anybody? Any kit that I'd have here that would have heat inserts? Prusa doesn't use them. Could they be in one of these? Hold on, let me I've got a bunch of these little hardware organizers. Let me see if there's one somewhere that has heat inserts. Let's see. No, not in there. Definitely not in that one. Yes! Yes! Alright, I got it. That's the thing, like, I've acquired so many parts for things. It's just a matter of keeping track of where the heck they are. I've got a bunch of heat inserts. Alright. These should be the right sizes of Voron standard. Yeah. Alrighty then. I was worried for a second. Cause of cancellation, heat inserts. Alright. Get our press. LDO kit. Yeah, I don't know where the spare parts are. We haven't built the positron, I guess, unless the positron uses the Voron standard ones, but we haven't built a LDO Voron since we moved, I don't think, into this house. And so after the move, a lot of things just kind of got placed randomly. There we go. Next week, I hope. Nice. You ain't wrong. It's always something. Yeah, I feel like it's almost a meme every time I tell Aaron, like, I had to order this. I have all these screws, but I don't have the screw that I need. It feels similar with Filament, right? I'm like, I've got all the colors. I just don't have the color I need for this project. But yeah, I'm like, heat inserts I gotta have. I can't believe it's 2025, y'all. Like, it just hit me. I'm like, it is January 1st of 2025. Like, it just, what? It was just mid-2024. I don't understand. Okay. So, we got this. These look like they're going to be M5 bolts that are going to attach this in place. We should probably attach this guy first. What I don't know is directionally, let's see. Okay, so this is the direction that it has it. So we'll get probably just some M3.8s, I think, should be sufficient. Maybe M310s, actually. Let me grab M310s. M310s are going to be these guys. Only 5.5 months to Rocky Mountain. Hey, Killa, I was just talking about you. I said that you had warned me that I should have, yeah, this is what we need, M310s, that we should have preloaded, or not preloaded, but basically ran the wires to the top first, and before I put the top plate on. And I thought you were talking about the wires coming up the side, but I think you're talking about the wires from the tool head, which I didn't do. And so now I'm going to have to fish wires, you know, through around that plate, which will be fun. Okay, for the second one, I think I have to actually loosen the tension arm. I can't actually access the There we go. Okay. All right, extruder's mounted onto the bracket. Let's get our tension arm back on. Worry about the specifics of tension later. Oh geez, was talking about the wires for the tool head. It didn't click. I should have asked for specifications when you said that. It did not click, and then all of a sudden, once I was getting things ready for the stream, I started looking at it all. I'm like, I bet you that's what he meant. I think I misunderstood the assignment. So we'll see how it goes. It wouldn't be a Modbot stream without at least 5 complications. Like that's our minimum. Okay, so this is getting mounted onto here. Like this, I think. Yeah, so filament's gonna go up. I don't know where does the Bowden tube feed down? If we've got the Bowden tube coming in from up here, it's gonna go through that same center hole? I don't see that as being. Oh, you know what? There's a little hole. Okay, there's a little hole on this side that I think will work fine, so we won't do that. My extruder was touching the printer when I installed it. Hopefully you're good to go. Your extruder was touching the printer. No, we've got clearance. Yeah, we've got clearance. Okay, so we need M5 nuts. Bowden goes up, arches, and then goes through the side hole. Side hole? Yeah, like the ones in the plate up here. Like I see that the words are tough. I see that the top plate has sort of what looks like a half cutout for where a Bowden tube. I cut a hole in the top skirt mesh for the extruder wires. Okay, I think we'll be okay. There's 3 holes in this top panel, and it looks like the Bowden tube can fit through any of them. And so this looks like the one I'm going to target, the one in the back here. So we'll see in a sec. Out of my list of concerns, that's not the highest. I think we'll be okay. Okay, and then we need a M5. Is this it? M510 maybe? Let's see. Get a larger driver. Nope. Yep. Yeah, that should work. All right. Okay. And we dropped our screw, because of course we did. There we go. Come on, buddy. Dude. There we go. Okay. So that one's in. Now we gotta do this side. There we go. Nice! With the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Air horn, cheers. I gotta get some new sound effects for the New Year's. I'm gonna put that on my list of things to do. We need new sound effects. I feel like we need a good fart sound every time I drop something, and a few others. Thank you, nice. How's work stuff going, dude? Aren't you fully solo now? I know you said you were doing some what's the word? Like consulting stuff at your old place, but I thought you were done with that in like late November. Okay, so it looks like one of these push fitting guides is going in here, which I think I probably should have already installed before I did all this. Is that right? Was one of these push fitting guys going in here? If that's the case, I might need to drop the extruder one more time and use my... Everything's going great. That's awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that. It's definitely a big leap going out and doing something on your own. Yeah, I think this is probably supposed to go in here, but I don't know that I'll be able to do it with just my hands, I might need to use the Knipex. And if that's the case, I'm going to... You'd like what I've done with the Terminator? We'll put a photo on Discord. It's part of my monolith Zoom Cube. Nice. Okay, yeah, please do. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this one more time. Sorry, everyone. Is it really a build if you don't take things off and on a few times? Yeah, we'll use the Knipex pliers to see if I can get this thing compressed. I would think that... Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so let's make this bigger so I don't damage the printed part. I don't know if that's going to work. That is pretty much fully compressed. And it is still popping out. So I don't know if that's going to work. Unless there is something I am missing. Wait, maybe the rubber piece doesn't need to be installed. Is that it? The rubber piece isn't supposed to be there? Okay, no, then it's too loose. And it just drops right in. So we definitely need the rubber piece. I don't know. Use a normal screw-in connector if you have one. I should have one. I definitely should have one. Yeah. One more time, it's one of those wheres though, right? Where do I have one? Let me go back to my little hardware drawer things. Because I know that when I've purchased them in the past, I've had to buy them in like 5-packs. So I definitely have them. Okay, here's one. I don't know if this is the right size because I think they come in a few sizes. This is too big. Oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Cool. I don't know if we'll be able to bottom it out though, but let's see if I can get this to tighten without breaking. Any hole will work with a drill bit. Those are true words. All right, we're going in at an angle. Going in at an angle. We don't want to be going in at an angle unless it's going to correct itself, but I'm not convinced. Just at a slight angle. All right, let me see if I just keep going down. It's definitely tearing up this spot. It might be working. I don't know. I might need to redo this part because it's not happy with this piece going in. Yeah, that's at a pretty big angle there. It popped out. Yeah, I don't know, man. Where did it go? Oh, I found it. There's time to use a socket driver. Remove the white stuff. I don't think it even got to the white stuff. Nice. You talking about the, like, it's almost like the plumber's tape? I can try to get it off. But yeah, I don't think it even made it that far. Yeah, I don't think that they used... I'm not convinced it's tape. It almost looks like it was something that it was dipped in, like a liquid lock. It's not coming off easily like a tape would. Let's try this one more time now that I've widened it a little bit. Nah, it's still not doing it, man. Use a tap bit to clear the thread. I don't think I have one. I don't think I have one this size. If I did, I know where it would be though. I'll check. Let me see. I don't know that I have anything large enough. Worst case scenario, I reprint this part out and size it right. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, no. The only way I'm going to be able to get this to work is if I tap all the way through the hole, which is not as it's intended. Yeah, because it's small. On the bottom, it's just the size of a PTFE tube. So to use one of these, I would have to basically drill out the whole entire hole. I mean, let me see if I can just get it in a couple threads and call it good enough for now without it turning on me. No, it's not. It's just slipping. I think I would need to drill out the whole part. Yeah, it's not going in. Okay, well, right now, yeah, it really just doesn't grip at all. You have a reamer? I do have a reamer. I do have a reamer. This is a 10 millimeter. This is an 8 millimeter. I don't have a drill. My drill's downstairs in the garage. I mean, that did remove some material. Because I can already tell, like, based off the shape of this, the thing I'm trying to thread in definitely won't go all the way. But it'd be nice to get it in enough where it's at least solid, right? Like, it doesn't have to necessarily go in the whole way. If you can, yeah. Excessive force is the way. Yeah, it basically locks in right there. I mean, that might be sufficient. I just would like to get it a little bit more. Honestly, we might need to just call this good enough until I can... Because since it is a Bowden extrusion and not just a guide tube, we definitely want it to be solid. I think it's going a little better now. It's definitely going in a little better. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, okay. We're hearing starting to hear cracking. That's too far. That might have done it. Maybe. If I can get the question now is, can I get it to actually feed up from this way, or did we go in at too much of an angle? Yeah, it might not feed anymore now. You could take the plastic hat out and heat set it. You could take the plastic hat out. What do you mean? The plastic hat out and heat set it? Yeah, no, it doesn't pass through. I don't know if I just didn't perfectly align it or what the deal is. No, that seems pretty aligned to me. Push the fitting in. What do you mean push the fitting in? It's threaded in. You shouldn't, like when you go inward, you shouldn't have to push. Oh, you're saying when I go from the bottom? Maybe that's what you mean. God, I feel like we're so close. Yeah. I could try to thin. Let me try to add a little bit of a I don't even have a good blade up here. I was gonna say, if I have a razor, I can try to add a little bit of a chamfer to the end of it, because it just needs to, once it pops through, it's gonna be fine. Let's see. This is pretty jank, but okay, let's see if that'll get us through. Nope. We're so close, but we're not there. Yeah, I might just need to reprint this part and have it incorporate this this thread into it. What's a good idea? Now you have a thread, unscrew and slide the tube and then rescrew. Gotcha. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, we can try that. I'm gonna cut this Hotend tube really quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can try that. That'll be our last attempt, and then I'm saying we just gotta move on. It sucks that the push fitting didn't go in. I mean, I bottomed it out. It definitely wasn't going in. Okay. Oh, wow. It's the printed hole. I'm gonna have to ream the hole. That's what it is. So it wasn't an issue with it being aligned. It's just that the printed part, that hole, is a little too tight. It's 5 millimeters, right, on the outside? No, 4 millimeter. Okay, so let's get a 4 millimeter reamer. There we go. Okay. And we're through. So that's what it was. When I checked it with the screwdriver, I'm like, no, we're aligned pretty dang well. So it's just an issue with the printed hole. So now we should be able to slide easily. Yeah, cool. Why design it to go all the way through? At this point, I drill the bottom half. It doesn't go all the way through. I'm not sure if that's what you're saying. It sort of like cones inward. So it starts at, what is this? We said 8 millimeters, and then kind of cones downward to 4 millimeters for the PTFE tube. Okay, that's as tight as I'm going. I still think that long term, it's definitely something I should just print out probably a different version of. Okay, cool. So let's get our extruder. And our extruder's going on like this. Hey Lisa, Happy New Year! Hope you had a really good New Year's and Christmas. Okay, this is the point where I'd like to have the sound effect that goes, that was easy. Okay, that should be bottomed out. Now let's get one of our little retention clips. I think that's strong enough to where it's gonna hold. It just doesn't look the prettiest, but I guess no one will know but me and you guys. It's not really the right clip size, but it seems like it'll work. Let's put it downward actually. Yeah, it's gonna work. A little bit of printed crap. Let me take this out. There's some from when I was reaming, there's a little bit of printed plastic residue in the spring. It's probably not ideal. There we go. The extruder mounts the underside. That makes more sense. Yeah, I thought you were trying to pass the PTFE all the way through to the other point. No. Yeah. This is 2 heat inserts that bolt it here, and there's just a small 4 millimeter hole in the bottom. So, yeah, I think that having a 8 millimeter hole all the way through would have been better. I mean, honestly, everything would have been fine had this little guy just compressed in place. I don't know if it's an issue with how I printed it or what the deal is, but yeah, it just wasn't having it. And so then this looks like it should be able to pass through here and then go through a hole that's right here. There we go. Yeah, they give you a ton of tubing, so I don't think I'm gonna cut it quite yet, or maybe I should. There's a hat on this though, huh? So yeah, I'm not gonna cut it yet because I don't know how this is gonna feed over the top. So we'll leave it for now. Not an issue for how you printed it. Mine was the same, just, okay, gotcha. yeah, so everything else has kind of worked, has fit relatively well. So, but I'll never put it past, you know, like I'll take the blame that it could be my printing tolerances or something like that. Okay. So we've got this, the filament, it looks like the filament holder mounts onto here. But for now we won't do that. I really wanted this installed so that way I could just bolt it to the, or attach it to the tool head. I'm trying to see, where's the printed part? Okay, so I think that this is, no, that's not it. So this must be the printed plate for the top. Yep. And then this Bowden tube is going to pass through there. So I think I can cut the Bowden tube now. It's not going to add much length to it. Like if I cut it, I mean, this is going to be plenty excessive. So I'm going to cut the Bowden tube. I do have extra PTFE. So like worst case scenario, if I did cut it too short, we're not sunk. There we go. Not the cleanest cut, but hopefully it's fine. I'll have to remove it anyway later on. Check the filament path. Okay, I will. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this is tons of, I'm still probably gonna end up shortening this at some point, but yeah, let me grab a roll of filament and just make sure that we can actually get to the tool head. What do we got? We'll use some of this pink stuff. You know what? It's probably going to be tricky with the tension on this, isn't it? Yeah, the gears are... Let me undo this. The gears on the Sherpa. Bob! We got a Jackson in the house. The man himself in the flesh. Are they? Let me cut this at an angle. How's it going, Jack? How's it going, Mama? Yeah? They said Happy New Year? Nice. Okay, so it is feeding it. We're in the tube. So I'm going to say we're good. We're feeding up around... Hey, don't pull that, buddy. Do you want me to get him? Okay. Hey, can you come to Dada? Want to say hi to everybody? Okay, come here to Dada. Yeah, we're at the hot end, so we're good. Come here, big guy. Happy New Year. Come here. Come here. Look at your little PJs. Oh. Let's see. There he is. You want to press the buttons? Yeah. Of course you do. I like your outfit. It's got Santa Claus and a sleigh and some reindeers. Daddy's microphone. Huh? Can you say hi? Can you say Happy New Year? Happy New Year. Huh? Daddy's working, buddy. See all this mess? Huh? Messy, huh? Daddy's got to clean that up somehow. Huh? You got any ideas? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah? That way? You go to Mama? Yeah. Okay, I love you, son. You say kisses, everyone? He says bye-bye. he waves like the queen. Hey, hold on. Don't touch that. Go to Mommy. Bye, baby. I love you. Okay, so we are definitely engaging with the extruder, and I can get it all the way to the hot end, so that's at least good. Hey, it's Other Jack. Other Jack's here. Hey, Cartoon, thanks for becoming a member, man. Cheers. Let's get you the air horn. Yeah, he had a fun time yesterday. He's gotten, man, with Grandma and Grandpa being over for Christmas and Grandma and Grandpa from California sending over stuff, this kiddo got so spoiled. There's no shortage of toys in this house. Okay, everyone, so extruder's on. I think the next thing is we just start running the cables. It's going to be a little tricky just because of the fact that this top plate's on. I should have ran the cables because there's only one center point where you can get the cables fed. So I'm basically gonna have to feed the wires up here and try to fish them out through probably this opening on this side here, which is gonna be fun. So let me start doing that. Yeah, let's start doing that. So let's get all this wire, all this fun stuff, pull it this way. You guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. I have two, that's right, I forgot you have a Jack of your own. Jack and William. I like, William's a good name. Jack is too, of course, but feels like a, it feels like it's obvious. Aaron was letting me know names for a long time, and I was like, nope, don't like it. And then she said Jackson, and I was like, I love it. It's a great name. Okay, so we'll see if how this goes, because this is not the widest cable sleeve for the amount of wires we're trying to shove into it. I think I may have, well, this might work. Let's just try it. Normally I don't do this on stream, which we'll see how this goes, just because it's not super fun to watch and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I think there's a printed part you can use that's supposed to make this easier that they have on printables that I might need to print out at some point. Content. Yeah, I don't know if it's the content everyone wants though. It's like when I have to do all the heat inserts on stream and I'm like, it's a heat insert simulator. We're just going to be installing heat inserts for the next 30 minutes. All right, come on, buddy. Definitely is a thumb workout using this stuff. I like the heat insert sheen. What is that? Heat insert sheams. It's all about relaxation. You find this relaxing? I'm gonna pull out the bar stool, have a sip of water, make a whole thing of this. This gives you a real feel of the struggle it is to build some of these printers. Yeah, that's true. It's a big part of why we started doing the streams, was so many people reaching out that were kind of frustrated trying to do something that I made a video on, and we're like, you know, how did you get it so easily? I'm like, wait, you think I got it easily? No. Like, let's not get it twisted. This is a concise, edited version of the last 2 weeks of my life struggling up in my room. Okay, let me see if I can slide this a little bit closer. See, the issue is over here, there's like there's no slack, and because I have the heat shrink up here, I think with zip ties, it'll work out okay. I'm thinking about zip tying this pretty soon here down here, just to give us an anchor. Ah, man. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll add a zip tie to the end piece here. Let's do that. Just to keep this from parting. Have you already flashed the board, and does the 5-volt mode work? Hopefully your board isn't defective like mine. Oh god. No, we have not already flashed the board. The The thing that sucks is if it's defective, I don't actually have a good replacement right now. All the boards I have, like, I get quite a few boards sent over from companies. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a split here, like where it's just not gonna cover the wires, which is what I was kind of not wanting, but it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the issue is like I've got quite a few boards that have been sent out, but they're all like for building, you know, Tridents or 2.4s. They're all monster boards, not compact stuff like this. Okay, so this needs to actually wrap the other way. There we go. We're making some progress. Let me read chat really quick for a second here. Masking the bottom first. Masking tape the bottom first, not zip tie. Masking tape the bottom first. I feel like that wouldn't stick that well. I guess it could still help. I just ordered brand new Quest. Ooh, nice. Also for the kids. That's awesome. I think I have the original Quest. It's funny enough that you mention it because I haven't really talked about it in a long time, but Aaron just asked me the other day if I could get it out and get it charged, because when I first got it during COVID, because I was like, man, like right when the lockdowns first happened out here, I was like, well, if we're gonna be stuck inside, might as well be stuck inside. Like, let's go into the, wait, why are we not threading in? There we go. Let's go into the VR. And Erin doesn't really play, well, I mean, I don't really much anymore either, but like a whole lot of the video games I've had. But I got her on Beat Saber, and she rocks on Beat Saber, man. Like, we would go back and forth when I first got it, and there's a few songs where I'm like, dude, I'm just freaking out, right? Like, just slicing blocks, like, freaking out. I'm like, I'm missing them. And then once I have a hard time once I get off my groove, like getting back on without wiping out. But yeah, she's really good at it. So I need to get the Quest charged up. Oh. Dude, the end here is just really kicking my butt. There we go. Ooh, also on mouse updates, I think we've caught 9 mice so far. 9 mices so far. So that's the latest update on my mousecapade. Okay, I'm gonna run my thumb through this because it feels like the fabric is actually, like when they cut it, it didn't cut that well. So let me make sure there we go. Now it's a little looser. Oh, all right. One more break. Let's see. I finished building everything yesterday and neatly routed the cables, only to find out the board is defective. That sucks. Were you able to get a hold of them quickly, or are you still waiting on a reply? I hope you're able to get it resolved. Okay, so the LED cable's not actually long enough to... Oh, what do we do, guys? I'm like torn here. So this is our LED cable, right? We've got, I think, the RGB and then maybe just power for the one that is just white. And it doesn't actually go through the whole thing. I think I'm gonna have to extend it, which means cutting 5 wires, soldering. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know if there's any way around it. It needs to be at least like 8 inches longer. I don't know if we have a choice. Is this a soldering stream? It sure seems like it. You didn't install the springs on the heated bed. Oh, you're right. I didn't install the springs on the heated bed. No, there's not a reason for it. I just, after the last stream we had 2 weeks ago, I was like, well, I gotta at least do some of the AC wiring to give us a shot to make more progress. And then I was doing that. I was like, oh, I need to install the grounding wire. But no, there's not a reason I haven't installed the springs yet. Did I screw up by not installing them on the balls yet? Yes, the LED cable is too short, and routing the thermistor connector up the frame is really awkward. Yeah, so I got the thermistor already routed. I did that off stream. So I noticed that a lot of the wires that came in this kit are just too short. Like I would much like LDO usually gives you too much length, which I would much rather have too much length than not enough. So yeah, I've already extended, you can see the heat shrink up there, the thermistor wires and the 24 volt, no, thermistor wires and the SSR sensor. This is the 24 volt. Actually, I think I extended all of them. I really don't know. See, these are extended. Okay, so this is the only one I didn't extend, but I think I extended it on the bottom side. That's why it's not extended up here. So yeah, they were all too short, basically. Hey, Precursor. We need to get a giveaway opening. We should have had a giveaway open 10 minutes ago. How did nobody tell me? Does anybody know that's built this when it comes to the springs? Did I screw up by not installing it on the balls already? Or does it just go around the balls? I don't know. I'm hoping, since we didn't cut holes for the screws, that it just goes around the ball. But I really don't know. Okay, let me get the giveaway open. And yeah, I don't know, Tor. It's not looking very good, man. I not for lack of effort. I mean, I did get the AC wires done in advance. There's just, the wiring on this seems to be one of the pain points, at least with the kit. Like everything, not everything, a lot of the things are too short. The thermistor, also the 3D Druck, since you built this, did your thermistor from the Hotend and your Hotend wires come with extensions, or did you have to create your own? Because I didn't see any in the kit. So I, earlier in the stream, cut and soldered on wires for both the Hotend thermistor and the heating element. Okay, let's get the giveaway link open. Yeah, next week we may be, oh, we're at 91 likes, nice. If you have not smacked the like button, please do. We're super close to 100. Okay, so here's the giveaway form. So yeah, next week, if we're not done with this today, which we're probably not gonna be, I think we're gonna take a break from it. And I had a community member reach out that's been trying to get the Kraken extruder working on their K1, and it hasn't been working. So they asked if I'd be willing to take a look at it. And a lot of times I can't do requests like that just due to schedule and just everything. But in this case, I was like, yeah, you know what, I can. I've got my K1, I think it's up here. If it might be back downstairs. Okay, we'll have to bring the K1 up here. But so I'm going to print out all the parts for that extruder. I'm already running it, so I should have everything dialed in. So we'll basically get that extruder built, get it installed in the K1, and hopefully it's going to work. And there's not an issue with some of the hardware that came with this kit. So that'll be next week, and then we'd probably revert back to this. Here we go, bam. Okay, so link is in the description for the form. I'm gonna pin it. What do you think about getting a VZBot 235? So I have one. Me and Steve built them a year and a half ago now. And overall, there was a lot of good. The main issues I'm remembering off the top of my head was not having enough screws and not having the right screw size for a very specific flathead that I had to saw by hand on screen and then file down, which was awful. That really was the worst part that I can remember. Everything else wasn't bad. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, the printer itself is sweet. But both Steve and I have had pretty gnarly artifacting, like VFAs, really bad VFAs. And I spent some time troubleshooting it and still haven't been able to figure it out. Like some people were recommending you just got to print faster. It's like with the 48 volts and the drivers, it's a speed thing. It didn't seem to resolve it. I talked to Steve recently about it, and he said he was talking to some people that said it seems like it's an issue with the 48 volts and that if we switch to 24 volts for everything, that might fix it. So I don't know if we're gonna do that, but that's the biggest issue is like the Hotend's great, like the motion system seems great. It's the freaking VFAs that I cannot figure out what's the cause of them, so. What's the extruder? I did a video on it. So it's called the Kraken. If you wanna watch the video later, I won't put it on right now. But it's essentially, it's like if the Orbiter 2, it's like if the Orbiter 2 was made specifically for the K1. It uses the internals of the Orbiter 2, Let me see if I go to YouTube. I think I made it in the last 4 months, so it's not a super old video. Modbot. Here it is. Yeah, 3 months ago. So it's called the Cyclops. And it is using the Orbiter internals, which I love the Orbiter. It's a fantastic extruder. But it's in a like custom unique package that makes it work with the K1 as a drop-in. So I've had a really good experience with mine, but I don't know whether it's regarding like printing or some alignment issues going on with his. So I made a video on it, but we never did a stream build of it. So I figured that could be something fun that we'll do for a stream. It's just see if we can figure it out. Like see if hopefully it works once we get it installed and it prints fine. And if not, then it'll hopefully help him determine whether there's just some issues with the manufacturing on like gears or something like that. It's the Cyclops. Yep. Yep. Cyclops. Hey, Nuno, Happy New Year, buddy. Let's do a little air horn for Nuno. Okay, so let's start by doing some wiring, yeah? Let's do a little bit of wiring with what we can. I've got to extend some more wires, which I don't know if I want to extend 5 more wires right this second. So let's pull up the wiring here. Okay. So this is the front door, A, B, and C. I think let's start with doing the power wires. So 24 volts is going into the inside left. So 24 volts is going to be, 24 volts is this guy. Wow, I don't think I'm going to trim that one at all. I mean, I had to extend it. This wouldn't have worked with the default size that this kit came with, but that seems pretty dang good. So what I will do is I will cut this. So let's just cut this right about here. And then I will strip this back. And then we'll see if if I don't have ferrules that are small enough, we'll just end up shoving the wire in. I put a lot of time on the Magneto X. I'm still really happy with it. I cannot wait to print with the enclosure. That's awesome. We've got the Magneto X here. I've been needing to do a video on this thing forever. I mean, it's been here for like 6 months. I had some Hotend issues with under extrusion, and they sent me a new Hotend that I need to drop in, which is the latest rev. So we can do that. I have a lot of like side quests for streams. I also have some cool builds coming up, but there are a lot of side quests that we might end up doing. Who doesn't love a good side quest? Nope, that's too big. There we go. And there, nope. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's see if I've got a ferrule. Ferrules are right here on the ground. Also, I think music stopped, so let's put on our boss fighting music. For anyone that missed it, giveaway link is open, so it's only been open for 6 minutes, so you got a little bit of time, and then we'll do our Polymaker drawing. Let's see. Okay, this is a tiny little ferrule. I think this will work fine. If the wire will actually fit into it, it might not. Music's on, right? No, it was off, but it should be back on. Yeah, that is, I need to go a size bigger. Okay, so those are too small. Let's try the next size up. I think this is the next size up. Maybe. Yeah, that works. I don't know if this is gonna fit. They look like decent size terminals, so hopefully it'll fit. I prefer to use ferrules when I can, but it's not the end of the world if we have to go bare wire for this. Music is lit. Is it too loud? Okay. Music is okay. Like it's good okay, or it's just okay? We're happy with it? Alright, so that works. Let's just see if we can get this in. And then I can't even see the top of these. What do I need? A flathead? No, it's a Phillips head. Do I have a little Phillips head? Flathead. Phillips. Philip. Okay, and it looks like our positive terminal is on the far left. Okay. Yep, that seems good. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go shorter than I did with these. So far, that's my biggest feedback on this kit. I've been happy with a lot of the things, but their wiring needs improvement. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so we've got 24 volts. That is good. Sounds perfect to me. Awesome. It's where I like it. It's fantastic news. All right, next up, SSR. So SSR is gonna be this guy, and we can shorten this guy a hair. I'd rather have extra distance, but we'll shorten it a hair. I didn't know how much wire I would need, so I just kind of went a little excessive. It's one of those things where if you have to solder and extend wire, you don't want to have to do it twice. So yeah, so this should definitely be our SSR. I should probably verify. No, it's our SSR. What did I just cut off? I just cut off that. Yeah, no, relay signal. It's our SSR. Okay. Okay. What I'll likely end up doing is extending that last wire off stream and getting all the rest of the wires plugged in, that whatever we don't get plugged in today. So that way the next stream will basically be just the board. I'm tempted to flash, now that someone's telling me that their board didn't work, I'm tempted to check on that before the stream. But that might be fun just to experience live, because I don't know. What do we think? Do we want me to also flash the board off stream, or do we want to flash the board on stream and see whether it works or not? I'm pretty open-minded on either or. A little bit loud, but perfect for me. Okay. Live? everyone just... I kind of figured that's what everyone would say. If it doesn't end up working, then we'll basically... Oops, shoved it in the wrong area. If it doesn't end up working, then we'll just have to do something else on stream that day. Okay, I'm gonna twist this guy here. Why are my hands shaky? Okay. Alright, so there's our SSR, and it looks like it's following the same pattern. Red, black, red, black. Oh, nice! The temperature the thermistor for the sensor doesn't actually need a JST at the end of it. It's just wires going into here, which is kind of odd. Wait. No, I'm lying. This is for our Hotend wires, so that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we got 24 volts, and then we've got our AC signal for our bed for SSR. plugged in. What else can we plug in? Extruder, the thing I'm not sure of with the extruder is how does it get to there? Like, this is our top plate, and our top plate only has really small holes that will work for our Bowden tube, but they definitely won't work for our extruder. So I'm wondering is there a skirt on the top that has a hole to pass it through? Or do I don't know how in the heck the extruder wire makes its way up there. Let's see. Well, if we don't, oh, what am I saying? We just go through one of these holes. Yeah, we just go through one of those holes. Yeah, okay, you added a mesh. The mesh, I'm sure the mesh looks really nice. Yeah, we'll just go through the skirt then. Let's install that skirt then, so we can just pass it through right now. Might as well. So for the top, we're using. It looks like we're using large skirts for that side. So. This is gonna go right there. Cool. Yeah, let's just do that. These will be M3 T-nuts. Have fun. I need to go. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Lisa. I didn't see if you responded earlier, but I hope you had a great New Year's and holiday as well, and that 2025 is off to a good start. So. A lot of fun stuff this year. All right, come on. There we go. Freaking nut. There we go. We're using M3/8s for these. Okay. I can't even see. I'm gonna be standing on my stool. I should probably get a step ladder. Standing on a bar stool is probably a great way to start the new year off with a injury, but let's see. I'll just kneel. We'll kneel for now. Let's see, where's the other one? Try not to start the new year off with an injury. It wasn't on my resolutions, but it's probably a good one to just have as a default. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's untangle this mess. Also, what time is it? 2:27? Okay, like another 10 minutes on the giveaway, and then we'll do our drawing. This is a wire that could absolutely be shortened. It is very long, but well, it could cut and crimp. It is so long. Even for me, I'm like, that's kind of excessive. Should we crimp it? I mean, it's definitely the correct answer is yes. Let's see. So extruder motor is going next to the 3-pin, so it needs to go to here. Yeah, so we can basically chop off like even giving ourselves some slack, we could chop off like this much. I think I'm gonna do it, everyone. It's kind of a slow, like, we're just gonna get these and like the motors plugged in. Maybe we can look at the bed as well, but I'm gonna chop it, so I'm just cutting it. It's so long. There's like an extra foot, over an extra foot. I mean, this is how much, look at hold on. That's a lot of extra distance. I'm okay with some slack, but like, it's just gonna look like a rat's nest if I leave, you know, an extra, what is that? 2 feet, 600 millimeters. I'm not gonna de-pin that either. I'm just gonna grab, a new plug. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab this guy. Yeah. I'll let something slide, but it's excessive. It was excessive. Oh God, these wires, man. They're like slippery. They're like slippery PTFE. I almost wish I had a lighter, because sometimes, like, if you strip off most of it, like I've done, you can just use a lighter to clear out the thin. Will my heat gun do it? Let's see. Nope, these are definitely heat resistant. All right. See if we go further back. There we go. All right. I'm gonna trim these shorter, but I'm going a little further back than I normally would, just so that way it actually pinches it. But this is definitely too much exposed wire for the little JSTs we're gonna be using. There we go. All right, so let's slim these up a bit. Let's see, we don't need more than like that. That's plenty. It's probably still excessive. There we go. Okay. Let's get our crimp. I think this is the one I like to use for these. I haven't actually crimped JSTs in a little bit. Our first crimps of 2025. Ooh, stomach is growling. Guess that's a good thing. I think that's the size that I use for these, 1.6. Yeah, that seems tight. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Something tells me all of our motor wires are going to be too long, and I'm not going to have everybody watch me crimp all the other motor wires. This is the one that, like, it's external, so I at least wanted to crimp this one. The other ones will just kind of use what we got, and if need be, I can always shorten them later. All right, last one. Tickle it. What? Oh, I had to read the rest of that comment to make sure it was appropriate, because I've read a few comment or chat out loud where I'm like, I probably shouldn't have read that out loud. He says, tickle it, caress it, poke, slap, or whatever fits your boat. The like button will take the attention you can give it. Yeah, I read one a while back where I'm like, questionable to read out loud. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm a little too trusting. Alright, there we go. Last one. Okay, so now that we got that, let's grab this one and just make sure we're installing it in the right order. So we've got blue and red. So blue goes here. Holy crap, why are you putting up such a fight? I don't understand. You look, okay, why are we... Why? Okay, blue's in. Blue, then red. Oh, I think I see the issue. Some of the legs on these... It's weird, man. They were in straight, but some of the legs on these got a little bit squished. It's unfortunate. Okay, blue, red. Then orange and black. Right? Yeah, orange and black. There we go, orange and black. There we go. All right. We've got our extruder wires done, so I'm just gonna feed them up through this hole. Get this up a little bit. So we're just pulling it through here, which should be fine. And then it is going in right here, which is the farthest one. Okay. Maybe. Okay, I think it's in. Didn't get that satisfying snap I was hoping for, but looks like we're in. Go. Okay, let's get our other motor wires. 4 more minutes on the giveaway. 4 more minutes. So if you have not filled out the giveaway form, it is linked in chat. And then we're gonna do our drawing. Now you read my comments, but you missed the usual ones about the wires. Oh no. I try to keep up with comments, but I definitely get get a little derailed here and there. It's probably an understatement. I get derailed constantly. Is this the right plug? No, it's not. This is the right plug. Okay, that's in. This one is going like this. Okay. Okay, and so it does show the orientation. So A is going to be left side of the door. So this is the front. If this is the front on the right here, this is A. And A is going closest to the one I just did. So right here. Okay. And then B is the other side of the front door, so this side. Like this. Boom. Okay, which leaves us with C, which is this guy. And that one's just going right here. All right, motors are in. So the next thing we've got up top is limit switches. So we'll definitely install limit switches. I've also got bed thermistor we can install. And that'll probably be most of the wiring. The toolhead I still got to work on extending those wires. So, all right, I'll give everyone 1 minute, then I will remove the form, and then I'll give another 60 seconds, and we will sorry, I read Tor's comment about Philip J. Fry, and it completely derailed me. So yeah, 60 seconds, and then I'll remove the form, and then I'll give you another 60 seconds to fill it out. Hey, Beads! There's a mod to mount the extruder in the top by the electronics, reduce the boat in length by a lot. I might end up doing that. For now, I'm just kind of doing it as the CAD that is provided by Fysetc shows, but there's already a few things on here I'm like, I should probably change that up. Honestly, like, all these corner pieces are sort of split a little bit, because the section that's flat with the 2020 extrusion that then gets bolted to a roll-in nut, well, there's a gap between them because the printed part doesn't have sort of a bump to mate up against it. And when I was tightening it, I don't know if I just wasn't thinking, but I was tightening it and it caused that layer, like a little bit of that layer line to sort of split ever so slightly. I don't think it's really going to affect anything. The parts still seem pretty dang rigid, but that's another thing where I'm like, it's a lot of printing to reprint those parts, so I'm gonna leave it as is and see where we're at once we're done with this. It's really coming together though. Like, it looks nice. It looks really, really nice. So I'm hoping that it'll at least print decently. That's the goal, printing decently. So, okay, I'm gonna remove the form, and then anyone that's actively filling it out has 60 seconds. So let's remove and unpin. Nice, we got 114 likes. Thank you, everybody. That's awesome. 158 people hanging out on the first day of your brand new year. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I wasn't feeling good this morning. Yesterday, my stomach was just hurting all day, and this woke up today and I still wasn't feeling good, and I was like, man, I don't know if I should stream, but I didn't want to miss 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, I've never missed 2 weeks in a row, so I was like, nah, I got to do it. But I feel okay. I think after this, I'll probably eat a little something to get something in my belly, and then depending on how the day goes, maybe I'll take some Tums or something to see if it helps. Anyone knows if tap is affected by heat? Tap should not be affected by heat, but I think there's two types of taps. There's opto tap and there's a physical switch tap. The physical switch tap certainly wouldn't be affected by heat because it's a mechanical press. The optical sensor, I couldn't say definitively. A lot of times sensors are affected by heat, but I don't know if the optical would. It probably depends on how much heat we're talking, because I would think that even if it wasn't directly affecting that, the heat could cause parts to ever so slightly shift, and that could be affecting readings. But as far as I know, tap isn't really susceptible to heat changes, but it's good content and nice while writing documentation. That's awesome. I'm glad, Maurice. I usually put on stuff too that's kind of like, it's like I can have it on and still sort of be a part of it, but not have to be totally engaged. So I get that. Alrighty, we are doing this. So we've got 98 responses, which is perfect. So it's like 2 less than I need to have to download it. And then we've got Wheel of Names. Boom. All right. 98 people in the house. Yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit, Nadir. I know it's not a definitive answer, but I haven't heard of anything thermally affecting it. I'm running tap. Well, no, I'm not anymore. My Trident was running tap, and I had a really good experience with it until I killed my board, and now it's running beacon, but it wasn't having issues with it. All right, number needs to be 2 for my birthday. 25 for the new year. Ooh, those are both compelling. Those are both compelling. We can do 2 plus 25. We can do 27. All right, before we get going, as always, massive thank you to Polymaker. Yeah, we'll do 2 for nice. That's right, we'll do birthday shuffle. As always, massive thank you to Polymaker for, as far as I'm aware, still continuing to support the channel. I haven't heard any updates about with the new year. We're not doing the giveaways anymore, so I'm hoping that things are still going to be the same. I know that it's something that everyone really appreciates, myself and the community. It's super, super freaking cool. So if anyone hasn't been here before for a giveaway, the way it works is if you're in the United States or Canada, you win a gift card. And if you're in anywhere else in the world, you'll get to pick between PLA, ABS, ASA, or PTG. There's a pretty big list of options. You will receive an email from me within 24 hours unless I screw up, and I'm really sorry to the last person that won 2 weeks ago, because 3 days later I got an email and was like, oh my god, or I totally dropped the ball with all the holiday stuff. But you should receive an email from me within 24 hours with a form and a code. And yeah, oh, it's our anniversary 9 for us as well. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 for Nice, because Nice was the first person to say it. In the past we did say we'll do birthday stuff. I'll make it up to you, hun. So here we go. We'll do 2 shovels today. 1 and 2. All right. Good luck, everybody. In 3, in 2, in 1. Here we go. Ben Hopper, you are our first winner of the year. Congratulations. I think you've won before. The name, I don't know if the name Ben Hopper just sounds familiar, but I feel like you've won before. So either way, congratulations. We've had quite a few people that have won multiple times. So I will send you an email hopefully later today with the form, and then depending on where you're at, you're getting filament, but depending on where you're at, it'll either be a gift card or a spool of material. So congratulations. Thank you everybody for entering in. And yeah, let's plug a few more things on this printer before I call it and figure out food and start working on some other stuff for today. So the other thing we've got is all of our limit switches. It is kind of a rat's nest up here. I'm probably going to end up just like zip tying bunches of wires together in the end. Very likely what I'm going to end up doing. Okay, so let me go back to this guy. So we've got A end stop. Okay, so it's kind of following the same sort of thing. So we skip the first one, and then A, B, and C. And A is going to be left side of the door, which is this side. So this is A. We'll run this around the side here. A is this guy. Boom. Oh, that didn't go in as smooth as I would have liked. And then B was the other side of the door, I think, right? Yep. B is this side of the door. Uh-oh. Where's our... Oh, here we are. B... Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm just up here looking like a silly person. Let's see. B... and C. Very nice. Okay, so we got 24 volts in. We've got our SSR in. We've got our motors in, including our extruder, which I don't know. I don't love my crimps. I may end up re-crimping my crimps. I'll probably leave them for now, and then once we get to actual testing it, if there's any issues, I'll likely just re-crimp them. But I think they're likely fine. They're just not as pretty as I would have liked. They seem to be flush with the other plugs, so I think that everything's seated. The other one we will do really quickly here is our bed thermistor, and that's pretty much all we can do until I get the toolhead wires done. That's the last bunch, is basically this bunch of toolhead wires here. So I think what my plan will be is to do all those wires before the next stream, which will likely be 2 weeks from today, because the next stream is going to be, as long as the parts come in for that extruder, we'll build that extruder. So that way the next stream we're basically just flashing board, booting up, and keeping our fingers crossed that I didn't screw anything up and that... Oh, that's interesting. There's a voltage switch on this power supply. I didn't realize... Wait, I don't think there is a voltage switch on this power supply. I'll have to look. I don't see a switch. There's no switch on that side. No, I don't think there's a switch on this mean well. Maybe a mean well is auto switching. The beta team spent a long time testing it. I knew it, but worked it well. Wait, what did I miss? There's a full detail on the README on Tech. Oh, what? Has anyone had experience with eddy and temperature drift? Oh, I haven't. Yeah, other than the initial time we tested it out, I don't have any additional experience with it. Okay, so bed thermistor. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll do 2 more crimps. This is way too long, so we'll cut this guy. Just cut this guy right about here. Like that. And then we will strip off a little bit of wire. Nope. The same wire, man. You just kind of gotta strip it further back and then... Okay, come on, dude. There we go. Angle it. It's just super slippery. Super slippery sleeving. That's fun to say. Super slippery sleeving. All right, let me cut. This is way too much, obviously, exposed wire now. So let's cut away from the printer so we don't get any shavings falling on the board. Okay. 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 All right, 2 more crimps, y'all. Hoping we won't see... Oh, God, you and me both. Knock on wood, I don't know that we've ever seen magic smoke other than when I moved from California to here, the switch wire fell and the gantry whipped to one side and it created a... The motors generated basically current that was sent to the board and it fried the driver, the built-in driver, so that did smoke. We actually got that on video, which was kind of neat, but nothing like self-inflicted from a build. Once again, knock on wood, because I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we are going to see something like that. No, that was not a good crimp. A little bit tricky from this upper angle. Okay. That feels like we seated it all the way. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I lied. One more crimp. It's not if, it's when. I'm just trying to manifest positive anti-magic smoke energy. But yes, I know. It's like it happens to everybody. Like it's either by user error, often by user error, but other times it could just be an issue with the electronics. I know it'll happen. And maybe it has happened, and I'm just like I've blacked out the the sort of PTSD from the event. Okay, so thermistor is crimped for the bed. So let's get a little. I gotta order more of these GSTs. Got plenty for now, but I know it'll only be a matter of time before I run out, and then I'm kicking myself for not ordering them now. Okay. Yeah, it's tough to push these in with these little thin wires. I don't want to put too much stress on them, so I'll use a little flathead. Just kind of pop them in. Maybe? There we go. There we go. Okay, other one. That one went in nicely. All right, and let's double check. So the Hotend thermistor is the second one It looks like it's this guy. This is still tons of slack, so wires aren't going to look super clean on this build, but that's okay. There we go. Those are popped in. All right. Let's take a look at our rat's nest. So I think what I'll likely do is once we have everything plugged in, luckily our skirts and the top hat will hide a lot of it, but I'll probably just end up grabbing bunches of wires and kind of like zip tying them together to fake organization. But this thing is looking really nice. Like I wasn't going to put the side panels on off stream, but I was like, all right, I've got all these printed parts, I'm just going to do it. But it's looking really good. So once we get the top skirts on, I think what I'll likely do is, before we stream this thing again, I will have done all the wires, so the remaining wires up top, and zip tying, cleaning up a little bit up there. But I'll likely leave the bed with the springs for on stream so we can take a look at that, because I don't fully understand how that works. I think that I see a bolt where a spring end is going into, and I don't know if the other end just kind of hooks around the ball. Where are the springs for this? So basically, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I can hook this around the ball. Maybe? Is that even how it goes? I assume it has to hook around the ball. I've done it once or twice, fried and ate. Oh no, no, not a pie, not a pie. So yeah, these are the springs that are for the bed. And I think one end is going onto the screw hole that's like in the printed part, and the other end's going onto the ball. The concern I have is, as I didn't attach them around the ball already, and I won't be able to remove the ball effectively because I blocked the thread or the screw head up top. So what I'll likely do is need to use like pliers to kind of open this a little bit, hook it around the ball, then close it up again. So I might end up doing that off stream and then just kind of showing it on stream. So we'll see. But regardless, whatever I do like I did today, I'll start the stream off by showing what I've done. So awesome. Alrighty, everybody. I think we'll call it there. It's 3 hours in and we've made some good progress. The Toolhead's definitely looking a lot better. And I'm showing this like you can see it, but you can't. The Toolhead is looking a lot better. The only bummer is like you will see, can you see that? The wires, like I just couldn't get the sleeving to go all the way down. So you will see some of the wires, but it honestly doesn't look that bad. I'll probably add a second zip tie that'll help just hold this down here. And I think it'll still look relatively clean. So the main thing is just extending. I'm probably gonna have to extend multiple wires because this has to go up through the top, route through the side of this, and then come up. I'll probably be extending a few of them. Definitely the RGB one, which is 5 wires. And then we'll see about the rest. I'm only gonna extend what I have to. I'm not gonna extend extra things just for the sake of it. And I've already extended, we're good on the thermistor and the heater. So it's basically fans and RGB. That's really it. So yeah, that is it. How many streams do you think you have for this printer? I'm hoping one. I'm hoping just one, because I'm gonna do, so I would say one stream of actually doing some stuff with the printer, like flashing the firmware and going through the test prints. And then in the future, maybe, depending on scheduling, maybe we'll have a chill stream where we're just kind of like hanging out, shooting the shit, and, excuse me, and doing some additional printing with it, but very likely just one. So, which means I'll have to do some more prep stuff. And I think I'm just gonna leave the Bowden tubing the way it is right now. It's, as long as it holds, it's not that ugly. Like it, let me show you one more time how you can see it. So this is how it looks now. It didn't go all the way in, but I started to hear plastic getting a little crunchier than I'd like. And you can see it sticks up the plastic just a little bit, but it feels like it's in there pretty dang tight. And I'm more concerned with this being at the back, like function than form. So I think we'll be good. We'll probably just leave that like that. And then if I end up doing mods or upgrades in the future, we can cross that bridge at that point. But for now, it's gonna be sufficient. So, yep. Thank you so much, Nice, for the donation. Just because, Happy New Year. Cheers, man. Cheers to you. Let's do air horn. Thank you, everybody, for the support. There was a lot of gifted memberships today and renewed memberships and new memberships, and it really does help. Especially when I do silly things like drop water on my mics and have to order microphones, you know, out of the blue without expecting it. So, yeah, one more time, just thank you, everyone, for another wonderful year of support. The channel, both channels have grown a lot. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot in the process, and I am incredibly excited for 2025. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff, some cool builds. We'll see if the very large garage build ends up happening. I'm at least one, if not two, collab stuff in the works, and then just more fun stuff, more hanging out. A lot of the same. I'm really happy with the way the streams have been going. Like at least one or two people have described it kind of as like really chill, like almost locker room vibes, where it's just so casual, and that's really what I wanted from the streams. The main channel videos are so much effort goes into those videos behind the scenes of like research and all the B-rolls and stuff, and so it's so nice to just be able to, like, don't get me wrong, there's prep that goes into this. Like, it does not just show up. Like, I definitely prep stuff, but it's different. Like, it's a lot more casual, and I really enjoy everyone that also seems to just like hanging out and chilling, building stuff, talking food and life, and you know, all those things. So thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you're here actively talking or whether you're lurking in the background or whether you're just a person catching the VODs whenever you can. It's seriously, it's really appreciated. So yeah, I think I'll end it on that note. Congratulations to our winner. Thank you again to Polymaker for letting us do these giveaways, and hopefully it sticks for the new year. Until I hear otherwise, we'll just assume so. And I'll catch you guys all next time. All right. Cheers. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful night, day, and week, and I will see you next time.